Cam, well, let me ask you about Jack Roslovic, and you skated with him today, I guess, in practice. What are your thoughts on him making his debut and you being a line mate with him tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm excited for Jack and his family. I actually texted his parents when he signed the deal here, but just it's great for the city, great for the fans, and obviously everything he's accomplished is with the AAA program as well. And definitely excited for him. But yeah, I'm also excited to play with him. I've been skating with him the last 3 or 4 summers, so I know obviously how much skill he has, and he's a big, strong guy and wants the puck and isn't afraid to make plays. So hopefully we hit it off right away. I know he's excited to get going and excited to play with me and Boone. And should be a good one.
What about your game and his game makes you think that you guys can click together?
I think we are both similar in a way where we're skilled, and I like to read off of him, and I know he's going to be looking for me. He's definitely he can score goals, but he's a passer. So I think we're going to complement each other well.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Sergey Feldman. Go ahead, Sergey.
And thanks for your time. Curious if you could offer your take on Mikko Koivu's debut with the team, and in general over the years, if you've come across teammates from the same country, when they're on the team, there's a little cluster of guys from the same place. Is there any value there for them or for the team, just in how they go about their everyday lives and knowing that there's a country mate there? And you could just respond to that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought he did a really good job yesterday. I was actually talking to him right before the skate on the ice when we were stretching. Just sometimes when you get thrown into a game when you haven't played in a while, you just play hockey and you don't overthink things. And I think he did a really good job at making plays, area plays, and obviously a great play on that goal that Sten scored. But also bringing a guy like him, a veteran guy, a guy that's been around the league for a long time, has accomplished so much, was a captain for a really long time, just a veteran presence with leadership. It not only helps all the other players, but his countrymen as well. And the young guys, we obviously have a very young team, guys that look up to him, myself included, but guys that aren't afraid to go and ask questions, and vice versa. So I think he keeps it loose as well. And he's just a great guy, great teammate.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Cam, you're at now 199 career goals, and we've got a chance to ask you about a lot of milestones over the years, but obviously 200 would be kind of a big one. Probably haven't thought a ton about it, but just Rick Nash is the only other guy that's done it here. Is it just kind of cool to be that close to that and kind of in that company?
I guess ask me when I hit 200. I'm not a big personal accolade guy. I obviously do like scoring goals. So like I've said all along with personal records and stuff like that, it's not my thing. It's something I'll look back on when I'm done playing. But definitely ask me the question when I hit it.
Okay, sounds good. I will.
All right, next we'll go to Dave.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm going to ask first, actually. I'm going to beat Svoboda to it. Cam, you've got your finger on the pulse of the local hockey scene probably as much as anybody here. So when a guy like Jack Roslovic, who is a local kid, comes home, I mean, have you noticed a buzz around the Battery, around, some of the connections that you have in local hockey? I mean, it's got to be a natural, right?
Absolutely. I mean, especially up at the Battery, but I mean, I'm in talks regularly with just Ed Ginger, and I texted him as well, just congratulating him. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment, not only for Jack and his family, but for Ed and the AAA program. And Jack's one of the few guys that has had success and made it to the NHL level, and hopefully a lot more guys will. But hometown kid, Sherwood is the same thing. Both Sherwood brothers, but for a guy like Jack, who's going to be with us full time, it's exciting. It just goes to show how much of a city, a hockey city, Columbus really is, and it's only going to keep developing, keep growing, getting bigger and better, and it's just exciting times for youth hockey in Columbus.
Who was it for you growing up in Greenwich? Was there a a local guy there that you looked up to who was in the NHL that you said, okay, that inspires me further?
Trying to think. I mean, growing up in Connecticut, a lot of the Rangers players did live in Greenwich that had families. There wasn't really anyone specific that I really knew or looked up to. I sort of, more than anyone, steer into the direction of guys that play similar style of me and smaller guys. And, I was very fortunate to train with Marty St. Louis when I was still in college, and he was obviously in the NHL. So just got to pick his brain and ask him as many questions as I possibly could on what really made him successful and stuff like that, and doing it on a consistent basis. So I always steer in his direction. Another guy, Ryan Shannon, who is from Darien and went to Boston College as well and won a cup with Anaheim. So guys like that.
Thanks, Cam.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Cam, with the departure 2 years ago of Bobrovsky and Panarin, and with all the Dubois stuff that just went on, fair or not, it furthers a reputation, or you're starting to hear people speak now around the league about Columbus and wondering, A, why they can't keep people, or B, why it's a place that people seemingly for different reasons don't want to be. As a guy who's built a family here, who's built business interest here, who's obviously committed here long term, what do you hear when you hear those things, and what can you possibly say or do to change perception?
That's a good question. Every guy's different. Every guy, for the most part, a guy like Bob and Brett that earned their opportunity to become a free agent. Not everyone's going to like the city they play in for many reasons, whether it's, they want warmer weather or they want the bright lights or whatever it may be. But, there's only I understand Bob and Brett's decision just because they've earned that opportunity, just like me. And I've loved Columbus, and it's the only place I've ever played, and it's where I started and where I want to finish. And like you said, I have roots here with my family. Both my boys were born here. I have the Battery Hockey Academy. And so I just embraced the city itself, and it's special for me, and I knew how special it is. You don't really hear, you talk to a younger guy like Luke, and he has his reasons. But that's for him to explain whenever he does. But a lot of guys I'm not sure why there's that buzz going around that it's, what do you do in Columbus? That's kind of the sense that people say. It's like, why would you want to go play in Columbus? But don't knock it until you've been here. And it's, you talk to a guy like Duchesne, who was here for 2 months, and, he has nothing bad to say about the city because he got to see what it's like outside of hockey. And, I don't know. Everyone's different, Porty. So it's a really good question. And that's all I can really say about that.
Thanks.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Mark Scheig. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you. Cam, Torts always seems to talk about the energy level that your team has to bring, especially without fans in the crowd. And I know that sometimes can be hard or a challenge. So where can the team be better in that aspect, especially with some of these early struggles?
Yeah, energy is a choice, right? And it's a mindset as well. So it's, you might think that you don't have energy, but as soon as you tell yourself you don't have energy, that's when things start going down the wrong path. Everyone's in the same position. There's no fans in the stadium. It's quiet. So there are times where it is tough to create your own energy, but at the same time, it's little things that go a long way, like on the bench, for instance, if a guy makes a block or a good player scores a goal, it's or even if, your guy's making a play out of the zone and an opponent is on him, it's talking and from the bench saying man on or something like that. It's amazing how that kind of, goes into the game to create more energy for yourself in a positive way. And I think, that's when you have more fun. It's when things aren't going your way, it's easy to go down that path of being negative. And, but yeah, it's just playing with energy and having fun out there, whether there's fans or not. You're playing the best sport, in the best league for a reason. And you just sometimes have to pinch yourself when things aren't going your way. And yeah.
Finally, we'll go to Sergey Feldman. Go ahead, Sergey.
Just wanted to get your take on the following. You have to focus your efforts and energy on the task at hand and focus on the day. But can you allow yourself to maybe look ahead a little bit to maybe when Patrick joins the team and what this group can become with him as part of the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like to live in the present. So I know he's going through some stuff to get here. And I mean, a guy like that is only going to help your team no matter what. So I think everyone is definitely excited to have him join us, as well as Jack. You know, he's making his debut tomorrow. So I thought the trade was a great trade. It benefited us in many ways. It added more players, established players that you know, can put up points and score goals. So yeah, I think we're all looking forward to when he arrives here.
Okay, we'll go one more. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I know you guys are kind of tired of talking about the power play, but what do you want to see most in terms of improvement?
Yeah, I think I mean, there's a lot of things we went over today, but just everyone's got to be on the same page. And if one guy's not on the same page, whether it's a breakout, it's amazing how much harder and difficult it is to break the puck in clean. And then, you know, obviously it's easy to become frustrated and try doing it yourself, and that never really works out for the better. So we're going to work on it tomorrow a little bit before pregame skate, just so we're all on the same page, no excuses, and just execution and wanting the puck and making the difference. I mean, there's a reason why those guys are on the ice for, you know, it's supposed to be the most skilled guys. There's one less guy on the other side. So it's a privilege to be out there, and you know, it's just working hard and competing, executing. That's what it comes down to.